Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's been a year since Tutwa Ngulube died, and today was his memorial, and this is how the news has played out in the last 24 hours. So Edgar Lungu's managers, the ones that manage his profile, the new page that he opened, because his initial page was deactivated right after he lost the elections in 2021 and has never been reactivated since then. So they've been using this new platform they call the the ECO Legacy. So he put up this notification about 21 hours ago. He said, "Please ignore the propaganda by Kalemba. We are aware that the police command in Central Province are trying to force the family to postpone the memorial. What a shame. We advise the UPND government to leave us alone. We want to celebrate the life of our dear friend, brother, gallant leader in peace." So they warned ahead of time, the Edgar Lungu camp, to say there was an agenda by the police to block the memorial. So this was a warning before the memorial, which is today. Then people in the comment section, Dines Miller says, "This is now going to the extreme. Why fight in what you do not want to do down to the poor?" And then Jennifer Mukuka says, "The under 5 politics cannot be surprised." And pretty much people react to that particular post. Then this was today. So Edgar Lungu said this. Tutwa was a man of an extraordinary courage, and says Edgar Chagalungu, as he urges more youths to emulate the boldness of Tutwa Ngulube. So Patriotic Front President and Zambia's 6th Republican President, Dr. Edgar Chagalungu, has paid a glowing tribute to the memory of former Kabwe lawmaker, Honorable Tutwa Ngulube, who died a year ago. President Lungu, who was in Kabwe this morning to attend the unveiling of the tombstone for the late Ngulube, the lawyer, politician, and businessman, as Tutwa's death remains painful as today as it was a year ago. But today was a day to celebrate his legacy and not to mourn, Edgar Lungu said. Tutwa died at a very tender age of 43 years old, for 3 years. And yet his achievements in various aspects of life were like those of a man in his 70s, he said. Indeed, Tutwa exhibited extraordinary courage, whether in the face, in his practice of law, in politics, he was as fearless. He said he had such a spine, Edgar Lungu said. We all remember how daring Tutwa said to say, "Who's in charge of this nonsense?" So there's a video later on which I'll show you where he's referring to that. Who's in charge of this nonsense? Where Edgar Lungu was blocked, and then Tutwa asked the police that. My friends from Coppola would say Tutwa had enough nerve. So he uses a colloquial, a slang from the Congo belt. Yes, Tutwa did not fear anyone, anything, and it came to defense of his cherished principles. We all remember how he faced in the National Assembly, those who were in charge of the national affairs, the day when they senselessly declared that on the floor of the House that they did not recognize October 18th as a day of prayer reconciliation, because it was a day when willfully sinners congregated. What an abomination, he responds to that. President Lungu stated that the nation now more than ever is in need of courage and toughness like that of Tutwa. He urged youth to reflect on the toughness that existed in Tutwa. The members say, "Pafu abantu apashala abantu." Therefore, I'm confident that many Tutwas will emerge and continue with his courage and bravery in fighting for what is good against what is bad in Zambia today, said Edgar Chagwa Lungu. The memorial service and the unveiling of the tombstone of Tutwa Ngulube was scheduled for today, Saturday, December 9th, but was shockingly cancelled. State said that it was moved the family to discontinue the event. And then the UPND equally posted these images from the Patriotic Front. So this is on the UPND Zambia page. We welcome the new curriculum so that we focus on practicals, each family trying by all means to be relevant. And then in that particular post, the unveiling of Tutwa Ngulube's tombstone, the UPND and the state, they recently cancelled. So they put up those images. And these are some of the images from the event. 6th President Edgar Chagwa Lungu interacts with members of the public at Fringila in Samba district. So this was in his way back after he was informed that the event would not take place because state police was all over the place. I'm sure you've come across some videos of that nature. So the unveiling of the tombstone did not take place. So this was in his way. He interacted with people. President Edgar Lungu buying onions at the market. He even passed through material, probably just to provoke Mao Sampa. So that's what happened. And then this individual, Slave, this is the Golden Party president, is just shocked that since when did the police become undertakers, asks Slave. So we ask him to say, how does the police get involved in blocking unveiling of a tombstone? So these Patriotic Front leaders pay a courtesy call on the family of Honorable Tutwa Ngulube. The state and has firmly directed this family to cancel the memorial service that was held in his honor. This is the so-called expulsion of MPs illegal, raising political tension and worries government. Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mweta has described the expulsion of the 9 MP members of Parliament by Mao Sampa faction as an affront to democracy. Mr. Mweta says the expulsion are not appropriate way of resolving internal wrangles in a growing democracy. So those are the views from Cornelius Mweta. And then the friend member also reacted to what happened today. So he simply stated, what is happening in Kabwe is a sign of an outgoing government. So saying where the government starts using the police, that's a sign of an outgoing government. And then someone in his comment says, desperation at its best, we can safely say the UPND, Tamula Party PF, the previous regime, and serious nightmare to the UPND. Someone responds to Fred member's post. The level of desperation is worrying. Pretty much the same view. And then he also posts up the video. If you remember what Edgar Lungu referred to, saying, who is in charge of this nonsense? Tutwa Ngulube, continue resting in peace, comrade. So this is the video where he was interacting with those police. And then someone, Lewis Chimfrembe, says, oh, I wish the Ghanaian fighter was still alive so that he can work for the party. But what is such if your dad is still alive? He says, I am sorry, tonight I am not well motivated to talk. I feel conflicted. It feels more interesting to speak negative of the UPND than the positive. Not because they are doing bad, but it's like they do not even know what they are doing. So he says that today is not going to be live. He just came live to notify the public to say he feels conflicted. The UPND's actions are not motivating him. He goes further to say, this is Chiluka Tayari. Whoever ordered for this circus is a very bad politician, if he or she is even one. You do not need this. You should be explaining the positive economic trajectory that Zambia is gaining. when are you going to hire a political advisor so that we turn around things? Police should never be used in politics. So he simply says what the UPND did today is worked against them, because now they're building more sympathy towards Edgar Lungu and his camp. They should have just ignored this. In as much as Edgar Lungu's camp were going to make a couple of statements at the memorial, it wouldn't have carried the same weight that it has carried by cancelling. And then the videos that have gone around where the police are being laughed at by the general public are not a good sign. And worse off for the family of Tutwa and Ngulube that are not even involved in any active politics. There are people that travel just to come and attend that. For them to be inconvenienced, I'm sure that does not sit well with them. So they're evoking negative emotions towards them. They should have just ignored this. And Manuel Mwamba disclosed that the family was under immense pressure to cancel the event or request, and on the request of the premise that the former President Edgar Chagalungu was confirmed to attend the event. Why should the state cancel civil events on the pretext of security? That was the Manuel Mwamba. When he went live, in his backdrop, I'm sure you can see the police cars that blocked the event. Then someone in the comment section, this is on Hari Karaba's post. So Hari Karaba puts, Nanguta Pasoswa, cancelling Tutwa's memorial, sure. Where are we going as a country? Let's be humane. Zambia Chaloches. And then maybe the memorial was politicized. Someone comments, this is Hari Karaba who posted this to say, Pasoswa. They should have just allowed this. And then Sampiri, Muteso Piri says, even if Tutwa was a senior member of the Patriotic Front, the party should have only sent a representative to that family event. There was no need for the PF to hijack the event for political aggrandizement, he says. So just different opinions over the same issue. While Ismail Sampa continues with his version of posts, so he says, we have not yet started receiving councillors or MP applications in Matero or any other constituencies for 2026. So, and then he also commented on the Tutwa event. So it's best they do is show up for memorials every year, and yet the deceased children, widow, parents, family, and workers never checked on or cared for since burial. So, some jazz they play at same jazz they played at Sata Memorial, all for self-politicking. That's why there's Kanda. That's why there's Kanda. So simply mocking the Edgar Lungu camp to say they only show up at such events when they stand a chance for them to make political gains. They do not look after the widows and stuff. That's Mao Sampa. And then he also responds to this. So according to the Daily Nation, simply because Sangwa and Simeza are found in the court for hijackers, then becomes a judgment. If it was Abanabo, you would have closed them a long time ago because So and then Simon Mulenga, a lawyer for the Social Defense Party, says, organize a rally in Matero. I want to say something. Pretty much daring Mausamba to say, you've not gone on the ground, and when he goes in his own constituency, the level of security that he goes with, more like he's hiding from his own people. So he's saying, just organize a rally in Matero. We see how popular you are. That's what that Simon Mulenga says. Sangwa and Simeza have sued Mao Sampa. This is what he's responding to here concerning the convention that he held on Independence Day, 24th of October, where he became president of the Patriotic Front. Simply laughing at Sangwa to say he's going to finish PF with legal fees, just the same way he did with Frederick Taitach Chiluba. So he says he has not come back for anything for the benefit. He has only come to benefit himself. That's to hear about Sangwa and Simeza, who have now sued Mao Sampa to say they're going to get a lot of money from Edgar Lungu in this lawsuit that they filed. We wait and see how it plays out. So far, that's the news. But from the consensus, you can tell from the public that the UPND should have just let this memorial for Tutwa happened, the impact would have not been the same. The cancellation has now given it more power than it had. So people are becoming sympathetic to Edgar Lungu. So that's what they've been, what's his name? Chief Etayari advisors to say. I mean, they should have just let it go. It's not playing out well in their favor. Anyway, we wait and see how it plays out, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news. Channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.